What is a JDM car? Image result for JDM cars. The term JDM originally represented cars sold primarily in Japan, but it has come to mean any high-performance Japanese model where a new or used car sold exclusively in Japan. What is the most popular JDM car in Japan? The most popular JDM cars right now. Mazda RX-7. You've never seen a rotary engine like it. Subaru Impreza WRX. This is just a classic. Honda Civic. King of car modifications. Nissan Silvia S13. A Silvia wrapped up in a classic 80s design with clean angular lines and smashing chassis. What's not to love? Mitsubishi Lancer. Which car is king of JDM? The Nissan Skyline is arguably the most iconic JDM car on this list. JDM Japan, Cashew, Pound Puppies, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob, GT4X GT6. Why are Nissan Skylines so popular? Image result. Nissan really did build this car to be as confident and as capable as possible. This excellent performance has helped to make the Skyline so desirable and popular. Although modern cars have bypassed the Skyline, it is still undeniably quick, even by today's standards. Are Nissan Skylines fast? This particular Nissan Skyline is street legal and has a full interior and the factory body panels. It ran the mile in 6.84 seconds at 209 miles per hour. But, while it's slower than Metro, it's still the fastest street-legal Nissan Skyline GTR in the world. Why GTR is called Godzilla? The Skyline R32 was nicknamed Godzilla in 1989 because of its ability to dominate Japanese touring car racing. However, it was also totally exclusive to Japan, so the rest of the world could only read about the GTR in magazines. Are JDM cars better? It's just that the Japanese tend to hold themselves to a higher standard, so their cars, the ones sold only in Japan, tend to be better. Also, the sheer power of a JDM car and its modularity that allows you to build upon it are unmatchable. Automotive industry in Japan. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, the automotive industry in Japan is one of the most prominent and largest industries in the world. Japan has been in the top 3 of the countries with most cars manufactured since the 1960s, surpassing Germany. The automotive industry in Japan rapidly increased from the 1970s to the 1990s, when it was oriented both for domestic use and worldwide export, and in the 1980s and 1990s overtook the US as the production leader with up to 13 million cars per year manufactured and significant exports. After massive ramp-up by China in the 2000s and fluctuating US output, Japan is currently the 3rd largest automotive producer in the world, with an annual production of 9.9 million automobiles in 2012. 1. Japanese investments helped grow the auto industry in many countries throughout the last few decades. Citation needed. Japanese business conglomerates began building their first automobiles in the middle to late 1910s. The companies went about this by either designing their own trucks. The market for passenger vehicles in Japan at the time was small, or partnering with a European brand to produce and sell their cars in Japan under license. Such examples of this are Isuzu partnering with Wolseley Motors, UK, Nissan partnering with British automaker Austin, and the Mitsubishi Model A, which was based upon the Fiat Tipo 3. The demand for domestic trucks was greatly increased by the Japanese military buildup before World War II, causing many Japanese manufacturers to break out of their shells and design their own vehicles. In the 1970s, Japan was the pioneer in the use of robotics in the manufacturing of vehicles. The country is home to a number of companies that produce cars, construction vehicles, motorcycles, and engines. Japanese automotive manufacturers include Toyota, Honda, Daihatsu, Nissan, Suzuki, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Subaru, Isuzu, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Mitsuoka. Infiniti, Mitsuoka, Fuji Kanken, and Lexus are luxury brands of Nissan, Honda, and Toyota. Cars designed in Japan have won the European Car of the Year, International Car of the Year, and World Car of the Year awards many times. Japanese vehicles have had worldwide influence and no longer have the stigma they had in the 1950s and 1960s when they first emerged internationally, due to a dedicated focus on continual product and process improvement led by Toyota, as well as the use of the 5 Whys technique and the early adoption of a Lean Six Sigma methodology. Japanese cars are also built in compliance with Japanese government dimension regulations, and engine displacement is further regulated by road tax bracket regulations, which also affects any imported cars sold in Japan.